This was my inspiration. Kind of inspired me to do a canvas with that on it. So I'm using this large, I know it's a little big, this it's 8 by 24 inches because I wanted to be able to put 3 pumpkins on here. Anyway, I have already added some modeling paste, however you pronounce it. And so I wanted to go ahead and put that on there so it could dry before we started the next step, so you didn't have to sit here and watch me, you know, dry this. But if you have never done molding paste, I do it through a stencil. I'm going to point this down so that you can see me. All you have to do, this canvas is kind of wonky here. All you have to do is you're just going to take your stencil, you're going to press it down, take a little bit of paste, and it doesn't take much, it's quite a bit actually, and you're just going to push this paste through the stencil. And it just leaves a really nice texture on the frame. And so that is what I went ahead and did. We're going to be doing paper piecing, basically. Instead of painting, we're going to be doing paper piecing. Let me put that away. So the first thing that I need to do is I'm going to paint this canvas black. I thought about doing it dark purple, and then it was like, no, let's just go with black. And I'm just going to paint over my texture paste, but it will just leave some texture, and that is what we want. But I'm going to give this just a little bit, and then I may have to dry it just a little bit. So see, you can still see the texture from the texture paste. But we've covered it up, but it will still be there. You can still see it. Okay, I wanted my pumpkins to have like a base that they're sitting on. And so I picked out this black and white stripe. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to tilt this down. Yeah, I'll tilt this down again. Okay, I'm just going to put this, and I'm just going to glue this along this edge. And then my pumpkins are going to form on top of this. At the bottom, I need to put this in half because I want to be able to. I'm just going to cut this in half. Okay, the bottom pumpkin, I'm going to do it in music paper, the wonderful furry leaves. If you're a pianist, I'm sure you have played that many times. So I am going to tear my pieces, and all I did for this is I just used watercolor. And then I just painted in some different shades of orange and a little bit of yellow, and then just painted this to give me my pumpkin shape. My pumpkin colors. So if you need to, you can always cut this out. To kind of give you an idea of how to tear. But I thought I'd just tear this one instead of cutting it out. So I think I'm going to start with this one right here. Let me just tear some of this off to make it just a little bit easier. And if you will tear towards you, you will get this rough edge. If you tear away from you, well, of course it won't work now. There we go. you get a smooth edge, not the frayed, kind of the frayed edge like that. So it's just really a matter of your style and what you like. So I'm just going to tear this. And I know it's not going to be perfect. That's okay. I don't need a lot up at the top because the other pumpkin is going to be covering it up. So here's my middle piece. Okay. So I'm just using, this is Liquitex Matte Medium. You can get it at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, wherever you shop. So let me just give this a generous coat. And then I'm going to put a layer on the top of this as well. So let's get our pumpkin put together here. All right. So I'm going to start with this one. And like I said, I'm going to cover over some of my texture, but that's okay. And I want this to sit right on that. And I'm going to be very careful with this paper. One, because it's fragile. Two, because it's watercolor and the matte medium will reactivate the watercolor. So you kind of got to be careful. Maybe do this one here. And I think what I'm going to do is just tear me another little piece to go right there. They'll never know. All right. I'm just going to do that right there. I have this piece right here. I'm just going to stick that right there. I will be covering it up anyway. So just kind of line that up with that, and that will look great. All right, we're going to put our, see, I'm going to put my middle piece here. And I'm not going to worry about that right now because this is kind of a crazy looking piece, huh? All right, let me get some more here. I want the center to be the last one that I put on. So I'm going to do this one like this. That is going to go just like that. And this is going to go in the center. Okay, so this is my second pumpkin. And as you can see, I have already cut my pieces out. And what I just did the exact same thing that I did before. I just cut around these pieces. Don't stick, don't stick, don't stick. I just cut around those pieces and cut out what I wanted to use. Okay? Now I forgot how they were. Oh well, okay. So this is just like this. Okay, got it, got it, got it, got it. Okay? All right, so then that's going to go like that. That one goes there and this one goes here. So I'm going to start over here just the same. Here he is, and I have gone ahead and paper cut out, like I said, all of the pieces here. And I am going to glue this part on. And get that on there. Okay, so this is going to be the tricky part, but I'm going to see if I can get it to work. I'm going to gently, hold on, I didn't get stuff right there. I'm going to gently put that right there. I'm not going to go over the top yet. I'm going to go and just quickly get the rest of my pieces on. Whoop. And try not to completely set them down so I can get them all on there. Right, now those can go down. Oops, that's not going down. What did I do next? I think I did this one next. Hopefully. Hopefully I have enough room. Okay. All right. I think I did go ahead and take out a layer because I wasn't going to have enough room. Somehow it did not work out like my sample that I did. Okay, I'm just going to stick this up underneath there. I need this to come up a little bit. I need this to go more like that. And this is going to go more like that. There we go. So now we have everything done, and all we need to do, I don't know if you can see this, isn't it cute? Oh, I just love it. It looks so good. It looks so good. Okay, so now we got to add the faces. Okay, so, and I'm just going to start with this top guy, and I did the same thing. I thought I would just be different than doing just regular black cardstock. I cut this out, I watercolored black paint over some book text. So I'm just going to take my little pieces here, and you can do your own faces if you want. It's entirely up to you. So here we go. Oh, that looks so good. I love that. I love that. So we have our two eyes and our nose. That looks so good. I could not decide if I should use orange or, now that I see it, yellow. And I think I'm going to use the yellow. Now for my last guy, here we go. I just used cardstock that I happened to find. Like I said, I didn't want to use solid colored black cardstock. So I just found a pattern paper that I had some scraps of. Ta-da! Can you see everything? Oh, that looks so good. I really, really like that. Okay, now I have cut out some swirls here. Some different swirls, and I cut out some leaves. I did make my leaves a little bit smaller than the pattern, than the template that I gave you. Now normally I probably would have done this and put this up underneath there. But we're just going to do it this way. Let me see if I can figure out how I had all of this done. I'll just do that one like that. Just like that. And I'm going to put the sleeve on top of it. Just like that. I had this green leaf I know I was going to put right there. So I think I'm just going to do that like that. Along with this one here. Right there. Okay? And then the only last thing that I have. How does my star go? There we go. I am going to put my star right there. Just take this, and all I'm doing, I'm using bubble wrap. I'll just paint it on there. And I'm just going to place this down just a little. Boy, this is big bubble wrap. I like to go in 5s or odd numbers. Now what I'm going to do, because that just isn't enough, let me get all of this off, this white, most of it. I'll just kind of add a little bit here and there. Okay? You could also use a stencil if you don't have bubble wrap. I think I'm going to add a little bit of orange. And a little bit of yellow. So I'm just going to show you this one quick tip, and then I'm going to be done. I'm going to do just a little bit of extra, but I don't think you need to watch me do all of that. I'm going to sure all that's down. Okay. What you can do is you can take these, well, there it is. You can take these big Pitt artist pens. You can also use the smaller ones if you want to. I thought I had me an orange, but I don't see it, so we'll just do this. So if you take it, because you've got this protective layer of the matte medium or Mod Podge, you can do some shading and then take your finger and kind of smear it a little bit. But see, this just gives it a little bit. Let me see, I got it down there. That's okay. And I'll also add some black down there. So see, it just really makes a little bit of a difference.